Okay, boys and girls, new knife today. Um, you have all seen my Bark River Canadian Special before. This continues to be one of my favorite knives. I like the size of it, I like the weight of it, I like the feel of it, I like the shape of it. I just think it is a freaking cool knife. And I probably will still get many more Bark Rivers, but I doubt this will ever be replaced as my favorite. We'll see. Trying to not spend too much money right now, but I did just get to go along with this one. A mini Canadian. Yes, they seem to be back in production now. When I first bought this one, these were nowhere to be found, but now they are. And yes, I had to get orange to match. This one does have black liners, very thin black liners, but I mean they're different. I mean, you can see how they're both Canadian models, I guess. They both got the finger grooves. They're both kind of a weird shape. But this one's a hell of a lot smaller. And then there's one still smaller called the Micro Canadian, which, I mean, that's like half the size of this or something. But this, honestly, is a really good everyday carry size. It's a tiny bit smaller than I thought it would be, but that's okay. It does have a pretty short blade, as you can see compared to this one. This is about a 4-inch blade, so this is about a 2¼ inch blade. It's tiny, but you know, still convex, still sharp, much lighter than the other one, of course. And man, the sheath was like not shaped like that at all when I first got it. It was like flat like this, and I really had to shove this thing in there to get it. And like they said, this is normal, it'll form fit. Okay, well, I shoved it in there and left it there for a while, and I guess I shoved it down too far, and it hit this, the end of the blade hit this thing on the inside, because when I pulled it back out, there was a tiny little nick right there, and I had to go to my water stones to fix it, and I ended up scratching it on this side when I was honing it, and you can see that there's kind of a, you can get in this layer, you can see the scratch there from here to here. That kind of pisses me off, but oh well, it's not the end of the world. I plan on getting more mini Canadians. I am pretty impressed with this one so far. It's a great size because you know, it is still a belt sheath, which I like. But it's small. It's unobtrusive. You don't even notice it's there. You're not going to offend anyone with this. And it's hard to find a really good small fixed blade, from what I can find. The only really good small fixed blades I've found so far are my Carters, which you've seen before, but those are neck knives. Those are different. So I think I'm going to get one next that's going to be maybe Cocobolo wood or Buffalo horn or Jade green G-10. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but I'll get another one in the near future. I've got my eye on so many Bark Rivers, along with all the Spydercos I've been getting recently. So it's you know, making the budget kind of tight. So I got to slow down. But so definitely, if you want a cool small fixed blade, go on, was it knifeshipfree.com is where I got this one, I think. No, I got mine from DLT Trading Company. This is from DLT Trading Company. Knife Ship Free still has them. They both have like 20 or 30 of them each, so they're available in many different handle materials. I suggest getting one. They're awesome. Or the Bumblebee. I definitely want to get the Bumblebee next. Might wait on getting another mini Canadian. I might get the Bumblebee next instead. It's, I guess, maybe a little bigger, same length, but maybe like fatter or something. Comes with their Clovis style sheath, which should be pretty cool. So that'll probably be the next one. And I do have an Elk on the way, which stands for Essential Little Knife. Limited edition from 2004, I believe. It's blue G10 with black liners. Got that in a trade for my Bravo 1. I'd rather have a smaller knife than a bigger knife. And I will probably get a gunny anyway to replace the Bravo 1, since that just came out as well. So there you go, guys. That is my short review of the Mini Canadian. Haven't used it yet, but it definitely serves itself well to small, precise cutting, whittling. Whittling would be good. Wood carving of any kind. Like utility work, like cutting up cardboard or cutting zip ties. This could be a skinner, I guess, for a small animal, if you're into that. I'm sure you could find a million uses for a small knife like this. Honestly, there's so many knives now that are like little knives with big cutting ability, and this would be one of them. Yeah, so that's that. And again, the classic, or not classic, what is this? Canadian Special. And I guess there's even a bigger Canadian, the Canadian camp knife or whatever. Jeez, I can't imagine how big that thing must be. But still love the Canadian Special. This is a great 4-inch blade. A lot of people talk about how like the Highland Special is one of their all-time favorites, or what would be another one, the Aurora maybe, or the Bravo 1. I don't know, there's so many of them I can't keep track of them, but if you're really looking for an alternative Bark River, get a Canadian Special. There should be another run of them done soon. So these are definitely two Barkies worth having. And I'll throw in my new Spyderco Kukri. Just got this in a trade. I used to have the Barong and wish I did still have it. That is an awesome knife, and I probably will get another Barong so I can have both of them. They're both green G-10 Ed Shemp design blades with really nice liner locks. These are some of the best. This and the Barong are probably some of the best liner locks I've ever seen. They're very thick and they engage really well. It's almost like a frame lock, honestly, and there's no play, there's no BS. These knives that Ed Shemp did for Spyderco, or with Spyderco, are very impressive in their design. Some people might not like them because there's no jimping on either of them anywhere, but the handles are still really ergonomic, so they stay glued to your hand. They're just, I think he wanted them to be a little bit prettier, a little bit more fluid, so he left out the jimping. But man, they feel so precise. This and the Barong both feel so precise in their design. They feel really solid, and they're very lightweight. I got pretty large hands, but this is still a really small knife. It's barely bigger than a Delica. So, in my opinion, knives, especially folders, always seem bigger in pictures, and then you get them, and they're a lot smaller. And this would be another case where it's smaller than you think it is, which I think is a good thing, especially for a folder. Like the Super Hawk is one I'm going to be getting soon, and that one looks so much bigger in pictures than it actually is, because I've seen it in hand in some videos, and it definitely looks like almost the same exact size as one of these or the Barong. It's definitely not as big as an Enduro, which was what I was afraid of. So Super Hawk should be next. That is the Kukri. This is the Mini Canadian with its brown leather belt sheath, which is a tight-fitting one, which is good. And you guys know the Canadian Special. All right, peace.